Cricbuzz Comm box, looking at the halfway stage, Royal Challengers Bangalore against the Delhi Capitals, and just taking a cue from the colour that the home side are wearing. Having a look at 63 for 2 after 10 overs. Virat Kohli still not managing to score it over 100. AB de Villiers, he's come and gone, looks scratchy at times. Not really been seeing too much wrist spin. Pretty much, Michael, looking green behind the ears.
It just proves that you know, Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers are human. They're such great players, but when your team are losing and you don't have confidence to go out there and play in a flamboyant way, the pitch has got a bit of tennis ball. It's just a little bit springier than we've probably seen at this ground before. Full credit to Delhi Capitals. They bowl nice, they bowl with aggression, hit the pitch hard, but I think it's just proof that these guys are human, that they're not just robots, that they can just go and hit the ball to all parts whenever they want. And when you're under a bit of pressure personally, when you're under pressure as a team, when you're under pressure as a captain, sometimes you just got to keep yourself within. Virat's 20 from 20 deliveries at the halfway stage. You don't generally see that with Virat Kohli. These next 10 overs, just seen Stoinis hit one into the stands. You feel that the risk going to have to be taken in the next 2 or 3 overs. 160, 170 looks like a score that they should be trying to get to from this position. And it looks to me with this kind of wicket, they're going to need that and maybe a few more.
And especially the wicket. I mean, that's the one thing. Afternoon game, expected to be a bit of a belter. But the real question was, Delhi Capitals started with Ishant Sharma. We thought maybe they'd go early with wrist spin against Kohli and de Villiers. They haven't really needed to. 10th over, Sandeep Lamichhane comes in for the first time, with Akshar Patel having bowled a couple of overs of left-arm spin.
Yeah, I think it was our first over from Ishant Sharma that you know, bounced and went past the outside edge of Parthiv Patel, and you know, that sent the message to the skipper, wait a minute, it's a little bit more bounce here than we probably expected, so let's go with the quicks, let's be aggressive. We saw a few short balls to AB de Villiers. He put one in front of square for 6, but a few times into the armpit. He couldn't quite get underneath it, he couldn't quite get the positive shot against that kind of delivery. So full credit to the Capitals. It's just it's an RCB team that just needs an injection of confidence. Don't know how they're going to get it. The only way they probably will get it by getting the W, getting a win by the name, and then maybe the next game, because you can just see that the team, the individuals within it, are just starting to think a little bit inward. They're trying to just think of their own personal performances, get a number by my name rather than what's best for the team, because they've just played in a very scratchy sense so far.
Well, Michael, W also happens to stand for wicket, and that's exactly what's happened right now. The W has gone in the wrong end, and it's Akshar Patel who's got Stoinis out. And it just means if you look down their batting order, they don't have all that much to come with Moeen Ali, Akshdeep Nath, and then you're into the all-rounders, Pawan Negi, Tim Southee can hit a bit, but really not too much to come at the end. They're so reliant on these two and a good start that they get.
Yeah, absolutely. It's almost like they've put all their eggs into the Kohli and AB de Villiers basket. Understandable in a way, but you know, you've got to have a little bit more in depth. And do they have a Andre Russell, a Hardik Pandya, Kieran Pollard style striker that could go and hit 6 or 7 sixes in the last few overs to really transcend that score into something that they'll be able to defend? Comes down to Virat Kohli striking at 100 going into the last 10 overs. Not something that you generally talk about with Virat Kohli. Is usually around the 140, 150, and then he strikes towards the last few overs to get himself to the 180s. You know, he's going to have to do some. He's going to have to take the Dre Russ approach. Just smack it into the stands a few times.
Pretty much have to be a solo effort. But from the Delhi point of view, very quickly, they've read the pitch well after those first few deliveries, and they've got depth in the bowling. We've got someone like Tewatia who hasn't even bowled yet. 3 more overs of Lamichhane to come. Akshar Patel's bowling well. He's probably going to bowl him out those 4 overs. And then, of course, he can go back to Rabada and Ishant Sharma.
Yeah, and I think what Delhi have done, they've kind of worked on the RCB lack of confidence. I don't think when you have to be unbelievable with the ball when you're coming up against a team that have lost 5 on the trot. They're not too sure what a great score is going to be, and they've just hit the pitch hard and said to RCB, right, you're going to take some risks. They haven't offered anything on a plate. They haven't offered any width. They haven't offered any half volleys, and I think the plan has just been to run in, hit that length as hard as you possibly can, and make the batsman take the risk and play a really good shot. They've bowled well, and they've just worked on the lack of confidence of the RCB team.
Yeah, nothing on the plate, so it seems like the RCB will have to make their own plate. As Michael said, all the eggs in that one basket of de Villiers and Kohli. De Villiers is gone, so it's going to be a solo effort for Kohli to break that egg, make his own plate, and make a nice juicy omelette to get to about 180 if possible.